Hello and welcome to Sandpoint Institute Belagavi. This is Priyanka. So yes, the PGCET 2022 document verification has already started, and yesterday, that is 2nd January 2023 ka for like gate qualified students, for non-Karnataka students and all, document verification aatu, and from today, that is from 3rd January 2023, the ranking, that is from first rank, the document verification has started from 9:30 a.m. today. Okay, so there are lot of confusions with respect to lot of things. So I'll just give the brief before the actual start of the video, like what all I'll be discussing in today's video. So very first thing is I'll be discussing about the list of the helpline centers in all the places. So whichever is near to you, you need to visit there. Second thing is I'll be discussing like which date you have to visit these helpline centers for document verification with respect to your rank. And the third is mock allotment cutoff for your PGCET 2021. And I'll be discussing this with respect to MBA, MCA, MTech. So ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಕ್ ಕಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇವನ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ಡ್ like my rank is this much, so which college I can expect atanda, these kind of questions the students are asking. So even I will be able to answer these kind of questions only by going through PGCET previous year mock cutoff only. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ನಿಮ್ದು ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದೈತಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಫಿಟ್ ಇನ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಯಾವ ಬ್ರಾಂಚು, ಒಂದು ರಫ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಬರತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಐ ನೋ ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ with respect to this year based on the number of students attempting the PGCET exam as well as the marks scored by the students, but still ಆ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಏನು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಸಿ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ process, so that time you should not keep in mind only of one college. So obviously ನಾವು 5-6 colleges the list prepare ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So this PDF when I discuss with you, you will get to know clearly like which is that range of the college or colleges which I can get based on my ranking. So that information will be very important, and this I'll be discussing with respect to all 3 master degrees, that is for MBA, MCA and MTech. And the next is I'll be discussing about the list of the documents what you have to take and along with the gazetted officers. So ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ಭಾಳ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಐತಿ. Many students are not knowing like who are gazetted officers, from whom we have to take the signature. ಇವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಡೀತೈತೇನ್ರಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಡೀತೈತೇನ್ರಿ ಅಂತಂದ. So this is the reason what I am doing is I am sharing you the list of the people who are called as gazetted officers. Okay, so ಆ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ನೀವು, based on that you can contact the person nearby you. Okay, so they will not be far away from you. ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಿಯರ್ ಒಳಗನೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೋ, ಬಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ whom we have to contact. So that is the reason I'll be discussing that. And the next is there are lot of doubts with respect to many things. Like very first thing is like study certificate. So how many years study certificate I have to take, and if I am from non-Karnataka, should I take study certificate or not? Should I take study certificate of my parents or not? And I am having 4 years, 5 years old study certificate. Is that okay? And should I take the study certificate of degree, whether it is your bachelor degree and also PUC? So other confusion I think. So completely I'll be discussing about that study certificate. Next I'll be discussing like I have failed in different semesters. I am having so many marks cards with me. So should I take marks cards, all the marks card annodaithi? And what is the difference between PPC and PDC? So this I'll be discussing. After that I'll be discussing about caste income certificate. What is the eligibility or the validity of that caste income certificate? And if I mentioned the wrong clause, so again you eligibility criteria nodidralla form fill mado munda. So what about that if I have mentioned wrong clause, and what if I have lost the hall ticket, and what if invigilator signature is not there in my hall ticket? Okay, and if I am not able to get the fee pay receipt, and if I go to the like document verification center very late, will they allow me or not? And if I miss any of my caste certificate, so will they reject my application straight away? What are the provisions? So there are lot of questions. A particular questions ಏನದಾವಲ್ಲ I will be discussing very much clearly at the end. So now let's start with the first one, that is what are the list of the helpline centers. So you just need to visit the KEA website and you can see here. So if you click, you will be able to see the list of the helpline center like Bapuji Institute of Technology, Davangere, PDA College, Gulbarga, Sikab, Bijapur, then Angadi Institute Belgaum, then SDM Dharwad. So these are the 9 centers where you need to go for the document verification. And there is no hard and fast rule that you have to visit a specific document verification center only atilla. Whichever you feel comfortable, if you are working currently somewhere, you can go near to that place only, or if you are still in your hometown, ನಿಮ್ಮ hometown ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ನಿಯರ್ ಐತಿ, you can go there. So there is no any mandatory rule and regulation that you need to visit these document verification centers only. So now I will be discussing about PGCET 2021 mock cutoff. So you can see here, this is for MTech. Okay, I have mentioned very much clearly, this is for MTech. So if you are trying for MTech, you need to see this PDF, and these PDFs, that is with respect to MTech, MBA and MCA, all 3 of them are available in KEA website, or else you can just check in Google. Okay, like mock cutoff rank of PGCET 2021 for MBA at you search ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಂದ್ರೆ you will get the document straight away. There is no need of panicking. So ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನೋಡಬಹುದು ನೀವು straight away. Like for example, if you belong to civil engineering, so it's an example. So structural engineering ನಿಮಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಆದಿ ಚುಂಚನಗಿರಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕಮಗಳೂರು ಒಳಗೆ, ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ದು ರ್ಯಾಂಕು ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್, ದೆನ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಎಸ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್. But here one thing what you have to remember is, last year the first 2000 seats were reserved for GATE qualified student, and the first rank of PGCET, the rank was allotted 2001. But this year it is not so, it is 1001. So again nan cut off ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, so you just deduct 1000 from that. So from that you will be able to get like exact with respect to your ranking. You need not panic about that, you need not worry much. So similarly you can just go through the entire document with respect to your individual branches and you can check. So now let's discuss about for the MBA mock cutoff. Okay, so here also you can see here like Canara Bank School of Management Studies. Okay, so this is for part-time. So now if you see like AJ Institute of Management Mangalore, so this was the general merit last rank. So same way you can go through the entire document and you can make the list accordingly. So similarly this is for MCA. Okay, so you can see here this is for MCA, so you will get all the details here with respect to the cutoff of MCA. So the next point I'll be discussing here is with respect to the list of documents and whatever the confusions you are having with respect to these documents. So this is from again PGCET 2022 brochure only. The following attested photocopies of documents should be submitted during the document verification process. So one set of original document you have to take, and one set of the print of the documents, and 2 passport size photographs you have to take. So the very first thing is final printout of 2022 online application form. So whatever the application form you have filled, so you need to take print of that. Next is proof of having paid fees receipt. Next is PGCET 2022 admission ticket, which is also called as hall ticket. Okay, so if the invigilator sign is missing on the hall ticket, you need not worry about that. You will not be rejected in the document verification process. So remember this very much carefully. And again, nan kade fees pay receipt ilri, I am not able to take the print of application form, or I have lost the hall ticket anuditandra, this is your problem, not anyone else problem, because when they have mentioned these very much clearly, so it's your responsibility to keep them, and if you have missed it, so no one can help you out for these things. So next document required here is SSLC or a 10th marks card. Next is PUC marks card. Next is qualifying degree marks card. So qualifying degree marks card in the sense like if you are from engineering like BE agitandra, all your 8 semesters of marks cards you need to have. If you have done a BCA or BBA and all, so your 3 years of marks cards are needed. So all your marks cards are must. And here the students are asking doubt is, in the application form when I was filling, I have missed uploading some of the semester's marks cards. So whether my application will be rejected? See, it will not be rejected even if it is missing during that time. Now you have to take your marks cards. So nimdu engineering ittandra proper agi 8 semesters olaga ನೀವು engineering complete ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ all the 8 semesters marks cards you need to have compulsorily during the document verification process. That too I don't want to repeat again, all the sets you should have original. Okay, don't ask me like I have missed it, I am having photocopy. No, each and every document, whatever you are carrying there should be of original copy only. And if you have failed in any of the semesters and all, and you need to have those marks cards also, like failed marks cards as well as the passing up marks cards also. And when it comes to attestation, you need to have, one more student asked this only, like I am having these many marks cards, should I take attestation on all the marks cards? Yes. So whatever the documents I am discussing now, for each and every document you have to take the gazetted officer attestation, even for your hall ticket, even for your PGCT application form, fees pay receipt, ಯಾವ್ದು ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೂ ಈಚ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ you need to take the attestation from the gazetted officer. So after this I will be discussing like the list of the gazetted officers, don't worry about that. Okay, so now you can see here, if any of the marks cards are missing, then you need to take the print, okay, that is internet downloaded marks card print, and then you need to take the signature from the principal along with the seal. Okay, so this is mandatory, there is no any excuse for this. Next is degree certificate or provisional degree certificate. See, if you have completed the degree like 1 year before, 2 years before and all, then obviously you will be having degree certificate with you. So straight away you need to submit that degree certificate for the verification. But nimdu recent agi nimdu enara graduation complete agitandra, and if you don't have the degree certificate, then you have to take the PDC, which is called as provisional degree certificate, and sometimes it is also called as provisional passing certificate, where both of them mean the same thing. And usually these PDCs are given by universities only, so it's better if you go and check in your college first, and after that you need to go to the affiliated university. So within 1 or 2 days you will get this PDC if you don't have the this one, the official degree certificate. And again, some students are asking, ma'am, like some of the universities, they are not giving PDC and all, but you have to make the group and you have to visit the individual universities, and it's their responsibility obviously to give the PDC without any delay. Okay, it's their responsibility. So you have to go and ask, there is no other option for this. Okay, so hope it is clear. Next thing is regarding the study certificate countersigned by BEO as per the format only for the Karnataka students, and other than the study certificate, conduct certificate or character certificate or any other certificate will not be accepted. So study certificate is mandatory. After this I will just go through the eligibility clauses. You will get to know, like study certificate, they say that 7 years of study certificate is needed. Okay, so if you are having the study certificate of your school, then that is more than sufficient. You need not take the fresh study certificate. Okay na, but on that study certificate you should have the sign and seal of your school headmaster, and along with that the sign and seal of the BEO. So ನೀವು ಮೊದಲ 4 years before 5 years before ನೀವು ಯಾವಾಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು that is not a problem. So that is not a problem. It doesn't mean that you should have the recently signed BEO for your study certificate. Okay, so ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. And also, like even PUC study certificate and degree study certificate is not mandatory, because in the eligibility clause, once we go through that, they have told like from 1st to 10th or PUC or till degree, ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲತ್ರೊಳಗೆ 7 years of your study certificate ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಯಾರ ಅವರು. So if you have already the school study certificate alla, then you need not take the study certificate of your qualifying degree, that is your engineering or BCA or BBA and all. Okay, so don't have any confusion, and whatever the answers I am giving, I have discussed with the person as well as our students, and I am giving the answers according to that. Personally, I don't have the experience of this PGCT counseling, because I have done MTech from NITK Surathkal. So I hope 99.9% of whatever the information I am sharing today is right. But again, there might be some changes and all, so I don't take any responsibility if there are any changes with respect to this, because in this brochure they have clearly mentioned only 7 years of this certificate is needed, study certificate is needed. There is no mandatory rule that you need to have engineering and all. If you have, you take it. Whatever the documents you are having, ಅದು ಒಂದು ಪೇಪರ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ವಜ್ಜೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ for the document verification process. you take that document as well. They might ask or they might not ask. If they say that no, you have to take the degree study certificate, then you can try convincing that in brochure they have clearly mentioned that only 7 years of study certificate is needed. So that's the reason I don't have the degree study certificate at ಹೇಳಿ you can try convincing them. Okay, so these are the general documents, and after that, like again, work experience, sponsorship certificate, gates certificate, and caste certificate. So this caste certificate is again very important. See, the caste income certificate comes together. So apart from SC, ST and all, so they give like lifetime certificates, but for other caste category you have 5 years of validity. Okay, and that 5 years of validity ಎಲ್ಲಿ consider ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the date of your PGCET notification. So PGCET 2022 notification happened on 5th October 2022. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಸೊ ಅವತ್ತಿನವರೆಗೂ ನಿಮ್ದು 5 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ 5 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ತನಕ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಲಿಜಿಬಲ್. ಸೊ ಇದು 1 ಮಂತ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಇಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಡೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ನೋಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್. ಬಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೇ ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, you should not tell them that reprint, it's renew. So you should get it renewed. So renewed ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ then ನಿಮ್ಮದು ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡಿಟಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು you will get the new caste certificate. ಸೊ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ ವಿತ್ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ 371ಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಲೈಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಅಗೇನ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡಿಟಿ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ನಿಮ್ದು ಬೇರೆ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್. That is very important. Okay, so again during the document verification, like ನಿಮ್ದು 1 ಮಂತ್ ಒಳಗನೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ if they tell you no it is expired ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ you should try convincing that it was within the validity period when the PGCET 2022 notification had happened. Okay, so these are all the important things which you have to take care. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ unnecessary tension ಆಗೋದು, ಪ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ the problems will not be resolved. So you should try the finding the solution and you should try convincing them. That's it. There is no other option. And also, like last time, as per what I discussed with the student is, like if any of the documents are not attested and all, so they were allowed to take the documents attested after few days also till the end of the document verification, like 10 days. Now also till 13th there is ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ವೆರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಟಿಲ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನೀವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೋಗಿ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಲೈಕ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ಡ್ ಎನಿ ಟೈಮ್. ಸೊ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಟುಡೇಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ and with our students who will be attending the counseling today, and I will be replying over in the comment section of this video also, like whether they are rejecting or whether they are giving time if any of the documents are missing or if they are incorrect and all. Okay na? So hope you have clearly understood about the caste income certificate. Next is regarding the parents study certificate and the Hyderabad Karnataka reservation. Okay, so now I will be discussing about the list of the gazetted officers. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ನೋಟ್ರಿ ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಡೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ದ seal and sign of the gazetted officer only, and there is no hard and fast rule that you have to take. For example, if you are from Dharwad, so you have to take the gazetted officer seal and sign from the Dharwad only atanda ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ಏನು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವಿಸಿಟ್ ನಿಯರ್ ಬೈ gazetted officer and you can take the sign and seal of the people or the gazetted officer. So now I will be discussing the list. ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾರು ಕನ್ವೀನಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಆಗ್ರಿ. And even if there is any confusion, see, they will be knowing clearly that whether they are eligible for this gazetted, because they will be having the stamp, they will be having the number. So with that only they will put the seal and sign. So even if you approach the wrong person, they will not sign and give you straight away. Don't worry about that. So you can either visit the headmaster of the government schools or even PUC colleges or degree colleges and all, Tahsildar or assistant commissioner or district health officer or gazetted officer in electricity offices or municipality offices, revenue offices, district collectorates, city civil courts, then state government hospitals or any other central government offices including the railways. So same way again this is the list, so you can just go through the list. Here again for your clarification I have mentioned. So group A ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನೈತಿ, see all the people here are eligible for the signing of your documents. So you can see here again. So the most convenient here is this, what I feel, headmaster or principal of the government high schools. So this is very very convenient. And again you can see here SDO also you can see here, or revenue offices you can visit, or if you have any of your relative or friends parents and all above assistant executive engineer like AEE, then executive engineers and all, so they are also the gazetted officers. So even this is the list from the police department, so you can get the sign from them. And this is from the medical department, so you can just see here. So idralaga like all they are called as a gazetted officer. And here I have written here government hospitals only, remember this. So one thing what you have to remember here is gazetted officer ಅನ್ನೋದು provision is given only for the government servants, not for the private employees. This is what you have to remember. So now the next question is like, I have put wrong clause while filling the application form, so can I change it during the document verification process? See, yes, you can change, there will not be any problem. So you can just tell them that by mistake I had put this clause, but I am not eligible or I won't fit in into this clause, so kindly change the other clause. So ಆ clause ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, so those documents you have to submit at any cost, remember this. And also one more thing I forgot to explain that like caste certificate ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, so if you have put any of the caste in like 3B3 ಅಂತಂದ in your application form, if you have filled, and now if you have lost that caste certificate or expire ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಥವಾ ಲೈಕ್ ನೀವು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ 3B ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, then you can just tell them, then you will be considered in general merit, your application will not be rejected, remember this. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ದು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನೈತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಲಾರ್ದ you will be considered in general merit. Okay, so no worries about that. Now we will go through clauses again, because these clauses are very confusing part and students are asking me like what documents I have to take. Anyways, I had discussed this in my previous video, but I just want to keep this video very much clear, or as clear as possible for you guys, so that you should not face any of the problems. So now let's check this eligibility for the government seats. So we should remember that 90% of the seats are reserved under the government category and 10% are reserved for the non-Karnataka students. Okay, so if government seats andre ಏನು ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, whatever the clauses ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, here I am writing here. Okay, anyways I will read here. So the candidates who do not satisfy any of the clauses or eligibility criteria detailed below, the candidates who do not produce the prescribed documents in the original will not be eligible for admission to professional course under government quota. So 90% seats government ಇರೈತಿ, 10% ನಾನ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಇರೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಇದೇನು ಫರ್ದರ್ ನಾ ಎಲಿಜಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಫಿಟ್ ಇನ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, then you are not eligible for this 90% of the seats admission. So now let's see the eligibility clause with respect to MBA. So you can see here whatever the A clause is there, right? So this is same for MBA, MCA as well as for engineering. So that time again I will not be repeating. Go through that clearly now. The candidate should have studied and passed in one or more government or government recognized educational institutions located in the state of Karnataka for a minimum period of 7 academic years commencing from the first standard to qualifying examination, either continuously or in broken period, as on 1st July of this year in which the entrance test is held, and must have appeared and passed either SSLC or PUC 12th examination in government recognized institutions located in Karnataka. In case of the candidate who has taken more than 1 year to pass a class or standard, the year of the academic is considered as one only. So what is the meaning of this? See, there are different conditions. The very first condition is, assume that I have studied from 1 to 10th in Karnataka, then PUC in Karnataka and my graduation in Karnataka, then I am fit in into this eligibility clause. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಬರೀ 10th ಮಟ್ಟ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕಲ್ತಾನೆ, PUC ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗು ನಾನು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಕಲ್ತಾನೆ, ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಫಿಟ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಟು ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್ ಮೈ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಜುಯೇಷನ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಲೈಕ್ 4 years ಆಫ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೀನಿ, 2 years PUC ಮಾಡೇನಿ, 1 year 10th ಮಾಡೇನಿ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ 7 years. ಸೊ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ನೀವು 9th ಮಟ್ಟ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ದಾಗ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲೇ 10th 11th 12th ಆಮೇಲೆ 4 years of engineering if you have done here, still you will fit in into this clause A only, because clause A ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳೋರು ಅವರು 7 years ನೀವು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಒಳಗೆ ಕಲ್ತಿರಬೇಕು, ಐದರ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ ಬ್ರೋಕನ್ ಟೈಪ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿತಾ ಮತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ದಾಗ ಕಲಿತಾ ಅಗೇನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಆಲ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟಿಲ್ ಯುವರ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಜುಯೇಷನ್ 7 years ನಿಮ್ದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಒಳಗೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ then you are eligible in this clause A only. So the reason why I am explaining this clearly is, if you have committed any mistake in your application form, still you are having time to change. You can just request when you are doing the document verification and get it changed. So ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಫಿಟ್ ಇನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ then you need to have the SSLC marks card, then second PUC marks card, then qualifying marks card of the candidate, then candidate study certificate. Okay, then if claiming reservation, then you need to have the reservation certificates. Okay, so now let's see the second clause. Okay, the candidate should have studied and passed the qualifying examination within the state of Karnataka from an educational institution run or recognized by the state government, and that either of the parents should have studied in government recognized institutions in Karnataka for a minimum period of 7 years. So what is the meaning here? So ನೀವು like 10th PUC ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, still you have done the degree here. So that time ನಿಮ್ದು ಅದು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ your parents should have compulsorily studied at least 7 years in Karnataka, either of the parent, like either mother or father, then you will fit in into this eligibility clause B. So this is very very important. And at ಹೇಳರು, so both of them are required. So again you need to have 10th marks card, PUC, then qualifying marks card, and if you are claiming the benefits of reservation, so you need to have and one additional certificate for either of the parent having studied for at least 7 years in Karnataka from the head of the educational institute where he or she has studied, and also the candidate study certificate for having studied qualifying examination in Karnataka issued by. So what does this mean here? So you need to have two extra documents, that is, one is your study certificate of your graduation and 7 years of your parents proof of study in Karnataka. Okay, and now if you take with respect to MCA, so here A remains the same as well as B also remains the same and H also remains the same. So now when we talk about MTech or engineering, so here you can see here the candidate should have studied and passed in one or more government recognized educational institutes located in state of Karnataka for a minimum period of 7 academic years commencing from first standard to the qualifying examination, either continuously or in broken period as on 1st July of this year. Okay, then in case of candidates who have taken more than 1 year, so same way alli enittala the same A is here, and if you see the candidate should have studied and passed, so again here it is B, but here you can see one thing, they are not asking anything about your parents certificate here. The candidate should have studied and passed the qualifying examination within the state of Karnataka from an educational institution run or recognized by the state of Karnataka. So what is the meaning of this here is, if you have studied till 10th or till PUC in other state and if you have done engineering in Karnataka, then you are eligible or you come under this clause B. Okay na? So there is no any additional document required with respect to your parents certificate and all. So here you need to have the study certificate of your qualifying examination, that is, you need to have the study certificate of your engineering compulsorily. So next is, candidates either of the parents should have studied in government recognized institutions in Karnataka for a minimum period of 7 years. So here the meaning is, if you haven't studied anything in Karnataka, like neither school nor PUC nor graduation, but still if your parents have studied here, then you come under this clause C. So that time you can see here 7 years education of your parents should have completed in Karnataka. So that time you need to have the study certificate of your parent, either father or mother. Next, a candidate or a parent of the candidate has been resided in Karnataka for a minimum period of 7 years. So what is the meaning here? Even if you haven't studied in Karnataka, okay, like 10th or PUC or degree, neither your parents are studied, but if you or your parents have been staying in Karnataka since 7 years, then you are eligible under this clause D. So that time you need to have all these documents. So candidates or parents residential in the state of Karnataka for a minimum period of 7 years issued by the competent authority. So proof of residence is needed here. See, this information is for the MTech. Then after allotment of seats to eligible gate rank holders is over, the seat that remains under general category, 90% of the seats are reserved for Karnataka candidates. So ಆಗಲೇ ನಾನು ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಜಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ fit in, so you are called as the Karnataka students. So for you 90% of the seats are reserved and the remaining 10% for non-Karnataka candidates to the eligible PGCET 2022 rank holders. So now I will be discussing certain miscellaneous questions like yaar comment hakyaru as well as whoever have asked me. So I will be discussing certain miscellaneous questions, but I feel like most of your doubts are clear. But now if we see here, okay, so this is the schedule for document verification. So again the engineering students are having confusion like my rank is 1001, so which day I have to go, like first 1000 seats are for gate qualified students and all. So don't worry about that, there is no confusion. See, if your rank is 2600, then obviously you have to go on this date and this timing schedule only. Okay, so this is what it is. So don't worry about that, and whatever is visible to you all, so on that day only you need to visit. So now let's check about certain questions what the students have asked. So the first question is like, from when the classes will begin in VTU session? See, why you are worrying about the classes? Unnecessary. First the document verification should get over, after that counseling should get over, admission process should get over, after that the classes will start. Okay, so all these processes obviously will take the time. So think about the present work and don't bother about that what is not in your hand unnecessarily. And also the students are asking me with respect to civil engineering which branch is good and all. So I will be making, as I mentioned in my previous video, that I'll be making a separate dedicated video for that once the counseling date is announced. So 2 to 3 days before of the start of the counseling day only I'll be making the video which will help you to decide upon which branch you can choose and all very much comfortably. Next question is, ma'am, now PGCET rank is not showing, so obviously you need to contact KA for this. Next question is, first to 10th class study certificate enough for document verification? Do I have to get PUC study certificate also? See, if you belong to clause A, then obviously this is more than sufficient. So recent signature ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅದು ಇದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ there is no any compulsion for that. Then ma'am, should we bring failed marks cards because I don't have it? See, obviously failed marks cards I'm not sure like they will ask or not. They obviously they will take like the passing marks cards only, but if you have, it's better if you carry. If you don't have, then you can try convincing. Then next is, my rank in MTech PGCET is 1470. When should I go for the verification, whether on 3rd or on 4th? So I had told you like based on your rank date only you need to go. Don't do any plus or minus of 1000 ranks in that. Next is, next question is, I have selected for Hyderabad Karnataka reservation during PGCET application and now my Hyderabad Karnataka certificate got cancelled. Will I get verified or not? See, if it has got cancelled, then you will be considered in general merit because you know certain seats are reserved for Hyderabad Karnataka region. So a specific reservation ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಿಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, but you will be considered in general merit. Don't worry about that. Who is gazetted officer signature? So I had discussed about the list. So all of them are called as the gazetted officers. So take the sign from them only. Next is, ma'am, I don't have proof of payment. What to do? I cannot do anything. So you have to take it or else you have to deal with the problem during the document verification process only. Ma'am, PPC or PDC are same documents or what? Yes, both of them are same. Next is, ma'am, please give link of the brochure. See, it is in KA website only, you can just check. Next is, ma'am, I didn't upload 5th and 6th marks card. Is there any problem in the document verification? If you have missed any of the documents being uploading during that, you can take them now. Next is, madam, ನನ್ನ ಬಳಿ 2nd to 10th but a study certificate ತಗೊಂಡನಿ PUC study certificate ಬೇಕಾ compulsory. It is not needed, don't worry about that. Ma'am, I have not received my 5th and 10th marks card. What should I do? So you need to contact your college as well as your university and you have to take. See, you cannot go empty handed. ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ಯಾರಲ್ಲ 10th PUC, all your semesters marks card, PDC, study certificate. So these are mandatory. ಜನರಲ್ ಮೆರಿಟ್ದವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಜನರಲ್ ಮೆರಿಟ್ದವ್ರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಸಮ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ 371ದವ್ರು ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 371 ಇದು, ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ದು ಅದು ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಎಲಿಜಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟು ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ದೆಮ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್, ma'am, I did not give RD number while applying, still now also have not my caste certificate, but I have the acknowledgement letter. Will they allot based on the caste? See, it depends on the person who will be doing the document verification. In some of the centers they might consider, or in some of them it might get rejected. I cannot give 100% sure answer for this. Ma'am, innu 6th semester result bittilla. I don't know, like because obviously the result should be available when you are filling this, and it was clearly mentioned in the brochure also while filling the application form 2 months ago. Ma'am, actually ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ನೇಮ್ ವಿಜಯ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ MN ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟಲ್ಲಿ MN ವಿಜಯ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ವಿಲ್ ದೇರ್ ಬಿ ಎನಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್? ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಎನಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ದ notary sign affidavit. Ma'am, I have applied as non-Karnataka candidate. Do I need to submit study certificate? See, that's what I told you. Study certificate is not needed if you are from non-Karnataka. Like if you don't have any of the details of your Karnataka, neither you are staying here, neither your parents have stayed, neither you stayed earlier, you are completely in no touch with Karnataka, then your study certificate is not needed as per what is mentioned in the brochure. Then, ma'am, in Davangere, which college we should go for counseling? I had discussed here, so I think it is Bapuji Institute of Technology. Next is, ma'am, I got 745 rank in PGCET, which would be the best college in Bangalore. See, that's what I told. I had discussed about the mock allotment, so you just compare and you just see in which college you will get. Ma'am, I got good rank in PGCET in MCA and I got counseling date on 3rd Jan, but I am a non-Karnataka student. So is there any chance of getting government seat? If not, then which seat will I get? That's what I told you. It's on you how you define a non-Karnataka. That's what, if you are in no touch with Karnataka and if you don't fit in with all these clauses, then only you will be considered as non-Karnataka and you will be given under the reservation of those 10%. So I think these are the questions what students asked me. I think I have answered most of your questions. So again, if you have any confusion, just rewind the video and watch it again. Kindly don't call me, but still, even if you have doubts, WhatsApp me on 9916085858. If I know the answer, definitely I'll respond. If I don't have the answer, I will not be I'll not be able to answer such questions, because as I mentioned during the start of the video that I myself haven't gone through this procedure of the PGCET after doing, as I did MTech from Surathkal. So that is the reason, like, and I belong to general merit also, so I don't have the experience of the caste certificates, expiry, all the other stuffs and all. So if I know the answer, then only I will be able to give the answer. So rather than calling, you can WhatsApp me anytime. That is not an issue. So most of your doubts are clear, but again, if you have any doubts, you can leave those doubts in the comment section. So definitely again I can make a video one more considering those questions tomorrow and I'll discuss with you. That will not be any problem. So try visiting the center on the same day, same time as per the schedule what is given to you, and once it is done they will give you a verification slip also. So kindly check your name, all the details mentioned in the verification slip, yakandre that you will be using it for the further process of the counseling and admission process. ಸೊ ಮತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನು ಕಳೆಯೋಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ, ಕಳೆದು ನಮಗೆ ಕೇಳೋಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ, ಮೇಡಮ್ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ಕಳೆದ್ನಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಟು ಕೀಪ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸೇಫ್ಲಿ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಯು ದ ಸೀಕ್ರೆಟ್ ಕೀ ವಿಚ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್. Okay, so this is what you need to do for this 13 days. And again I am telling you with respect to like civil engineering, which branch you have to take and all. So I will be making a separate video once the counseling date is announced. So during that time, before 3 or 4 days of the start of the counseling, I will be discussing this, and also I will be discussing the detailed procedure of the online counseling process. So that is the reason, if you subscribe and keep the channel, you will be in a safer side, so that you will not miss out any information or notifications with respect to the PGCET, which I will be discussing in the YouTube video. Okay na? So detailed procedure, ಯಾವ ಟೈಮ್ದಾಗ ನೀವು ಫೀಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕು, when you have to visit the college, how you have to take the admission, what will be the fee structure, what is the fee concession and all for different reservations. So each and everything I will be discussing. I just don't want to, I could have discussed in today's video only, but you can see here this video has become very lengthy, and I don't want to make you confused unnecessary and messed with the things, because first of all most of you are in messed conditions. ಆ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಟ್ರಿ ಇದು ಗೆಜೆಟೆಡ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಸೀಲ್ ಸೈನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ very much clear and precise only with respect to the document verification. That's it. So hope all your doubts are clear. Saying this, all the very best for your document verification process. Stay tuned with Sandpoint Institute YouTube channel. See you soon with yet another informative video on PGCET, as well as different videos with respect to civil engineering competitive exams. And also, if you belong to civil engineering, we provide the course for PGCET 2023 for civil engineering. If any of your juniors and friends are interested to join the PGCET course, as well as the course of any other government exams or GATE exam of civil engineering, then you can contact the number which is mentioned in the pinned comment anytime. All the very best.